My name is Biko Nyongesa, Kenyan actor, director, and I'm this week's guest on SNAPPY 7. Wow, it was a wonderful experience. Eye-opening, and there's just a way when you get to a place where people do things differently, and they impress you, and that's where you want to be. It just blows up your mind and you start doing things that way. So when I was on Sense8 season 1, I got to see how the Germans and the Americans were conducting their sets, and I wondered, wow, why have people been here for 18 years, for 20 years, for 35 years, and they can't even do the simplest of this? It was just simple professionalism, a very wonderful experience. I enjoyed myself and learned a lot. I played Superpower 2, some, kwa Kiswahili wanaitwa mateja. This Teja guy, but he was the right-hand man for the main villain, who was Luanda Jawa. When I went for audition, I was pretty much an underdog, because Australia has never done any international gig. And when I got there, I got to see these big names, people that I've grown up seeing on TV, on films, people that I hear on sets, that, this guy has done 5 Hollywood movies, 6 Hollywood movies. So I was auditioning with those guys, and beating them just brought joy into my heart, and vision and hope into my career. The amount of professionalism, how people treat each other on set, how directors treat actors on set, how actors relate with directors on set, the crew and everything. Because I thought, as I said, before that, I thought on set, when somebody is not doing something, you need to shout at them so that they can be so scared of you as a director and do what you want as a director. Then I realized, oh no, that's not how it happens. And that's why we never get anywhere with this thing, because our actors don't feel motivated to do something. They feel forced to do something. So when I worked with the directors, let me say the executive team of Sense8, cast and crew, I got into this whole new world that I got addicted into, and I just couldn't find it possible again to go back into the Kenyan way of doing things. Which is not bad. The Kenyan way of doing things is just pure hard work, nothing else. Pure hard work. People just work hard. They wake up in the morning, work hard to shoot a film, and then that's just it. So you remain stagnant. And as an actor, you need to grow. Your last role needs to be very different from your next role. So I learned how to grow. Biko Nyongesa is just another humble kid who grew up on the boundaries of one of the biggest forests in Kenya. Is called Turbo Forest in Uasin Gishu. Schooled in Forest Hall, and actually the school didn't give me an opportunity to practice art, because it was kind of an old school, an Ushago school. You know, people are rigid in their mind, so they think, oh, you want to do art and you can't do it anymore. So I didn't grow up in an art-free, like an environment where art had the freedom and you can practice. It was very restricted. So actually, when I got to campus, is the first time when I got an opportunity to really practice well, because even in high school, I had a very big problem with my teachers, because they thought, at one point when I was in Form 2, my class teacher wrote in my report card that he just wrote a joker, nothing else, a joker. And that really got me into very big problems with my dad, you know. And you know why? Because this teacher, he found me in front of the class, telling jokes to the class. So I didn't know he was in the window and he was just watching. Na akakuja akaniambia, so hiyo ndio kazi yako, umekuja kufanya shule, it's fine. Hakunichapa kufanya anything. Akaniandikia kwa report card joka, mzazi ndiye alinichapa. It wasn't working for me. It wasn't working for me because, sometimes you just have to accept that this thing is not working for me. It has put me in the eyes. Now you see, that I used to sing kidogo, but it wasn't working for me. That was just a moment in my life that I needed to do to get to where I am here today. And I really appreciate, because I got to work with people that I still work with today, or I know today, who I can go to and tell them, hey, can we do something differently? And then I realized music is not accommodative as film. Film is very accommodative, because I can then use music, I can then compose my own scores and everything for my film. So it's bigger. I have the picture, I have the story, and I have the music. It's inclusive. First of all, I like villain roles, but not the regular villain roles, you know, because I usually say this when somebody asks me this type of question, and when I say a villain, because I don't look like a villain anyway, because that's what we're used to. We're used to villains, masculine villains, and you know, hawa watu wenye wamezaliwa ka sura ni mbaya already, so like they're not going to have trouble being villains. But for me, I bring another type of villain, you know, the intellect villain who uses decisions who uses his brains and decisions and his smartness to overpower the biggest obstacles in his life. They need to inspire others. They need to inspire others, especially my fellow young people, because in this country, it's evident, the youth, especially the young people, we don't get the right chances that we deserve. For example, if you go pitch a project somewhere, maybe 10M, and you're a young man like me, first of all, somebody sees you clubbing, somebody sees you dancing, somebody sees you with so many girlfriends, somebody sees you embezzling the funds and doing things. So it becomes so difficult. You have to get to 50 to 60 for you to be given 10 million to do something. And that's why the older generation has the money in this country, and the young people have the workforce, the brains, the will, the effort, the everything to do these bigger ideas in this country, but not the opportunity. So that's, to me, that's the biggest challenge why I got into this, to inspire fellow young people and just do things, inspire a lifestyle, because film is a lifestyle. Film is not a job. It's a lifestyle. There's a way you have to do it. There's a way you have to live to get inspired to do film. This has been Snappy 7. My name is Biko Nyongesa, actor, director, Kenyan filmmaker.